So I promised a lot of people a long time ago after Doug Ford won that I would stay on Dougie and hold him accountable, which I haven't been. I mean, there's just so much news coming out from the federal election that it is very hard. And I totally meant to make a video yesterday because Dougie is in the news again, being Dougie. So one of the first things was that he talked about the 401 tunnel again. Of course, he's going to actually spend money to figure out whether it is possible or not to build a fucking tunnel under the 401, as well as spending money to try and figure out what is the best way to deal with the 401 and the gridlock. Doug, it would be to buy back the 407 and, make it free. That's the best option there, Doug, is to buy back the 407. But no, instead, he's going to spend a whole bunch of money on trying to figure out. And one of the ideas that they have been pitching is to start using the fucking shoulders, the left and right shoulder of the highway, as lanes. The ones that people stop in when their car breaks down, or that ambulance and police sometimes have to use in order to, bypass gridlock and everything else. So basically, Doug doesn't give a shit about the safety of 911 personnel or the safety of the people that are driving in the 401. But again, Doug Ford, not surprised, not like he's the fucking brightest person in the world, nor is he smart enough to hire smarter people than him. The other thing that I read about was that Doug, of course, with the tariffs coming, obviously things need to be done to protect the auto sector, the steel, the aluminum sector, that sort of thing, right? The tariffs are something that need to be dealt with. So he has announced that he is making a whole bunch of corporate cuts for businesses in order to ensure that they get, a relief while these are going on. However, while it's great that Dougie is making a bunch of corporate tax cuts, a bunch of business tax cuts, I haven't heard a damn thing from him on what he's going to do to actually help the rest of the people in Ontario. I don't hear him wanting to raise ODSP or welfare or do anything to help people that are going to get laid off that are already below the poverty line. I have heard nothing about what he's going to do to help the homeless that are currently rising in numbers every fucking day in Ontario. I have heard nothing about the fact that, about what he's going to do about healthcare and education and anything else that is fucking broken in Ontario right now. And on top of that, I am pissed because he is still fighting to get fucking the bus lanes removed. He's still fighting to get safe injection sites to get fucking shut down, which the courts are now and the cities are now fighting with him against on both those topics. Like, if it comes to a company, a business, yeah, he's there for you. He's willing to make all the efforts in the world for businesses because Dougie loves when all of his friends that make money can be helped. But he sure as fuck doesn't give a shit about the rest of us. He certainly does not. Because the rest of us are still going to have to deal with the fallout from the tariffs. We are still going to have to deal with, while he wants to help all of these sectors, save all this money, do you think it's going to stop them from laying people off? I don't think so. I think they're still going to lay people off. Thank God for the federal government stepping in with EI. But the provinces, what are they going to do to actually help the people affected by this? Danielle Smith is saying that she's going to, when the federal disability, basically supplement comes in, she's going to claw that back. She's fucking taking snacks away from kids with cancer in the hospitals. She's trying to privatize healthcare. Like, people want to bitch and complain about the lost liberal decade and all the shit that the liberals have done for the last 10 years. But nobody will pay attention to the shit that the provinces are still fucking doing right now and failing to fix. So much of the stuff that we have wrong in Canada is due to provincial governments. There are no friggin' rent control. There's no rent control anymore in Ontario. Dougie took the freeze off of it. Do you think things are going to get any fucking easier? Even with all of the plans that either Pierre has or the Liberals or let's say they start building houses. Do you think rent's going to get any cheaper? No. And if you can't afford or don't have the credit to get a mortgage, you're continuing to have to rent. And that still will not be fixed in most provinces. So while Dougie looks like Captain fucking Team Canada there, come to the defense to all these businesses, he's still doing fuck all to help everybody in Ontario. And we voted that in for another fucking 4 years. So I hope to God that the people of Canada, especially in Ontario, are smart enough to vote in a good federal government. Vote in anybody but Poilievre. Because we certainly didn't have enough people in Ontario that either got off their asses to go and vote, or enough people that voted strategically to get in a party that wasn't the Conservatives. So please, this time around, go to smartvoting.ca. Go and look at your riding and see who is the best party for you to vote for so that the Conservatives don't win. Because it's not always going to be the Liberals. It could be NDP. It could be Green Party. If you're in Quebec, it could be Le Bloc Québécois. Right? So this time I am pleading with people to pick a better fucking way than to just stay at home and do nothing because you don't like the options. And frankly, we have much better options federally. Ontario, yes, we sucked. But now we're stuck with 4 more years of Dougie. And Alberta, you are stuck with 4 more years of Danielle Smith. Saskatchewan, 4 more years of Mo Smith. Things don't get better unless we vote for better. And better in Ontario is fucking Doug Ford still obsessed with this 401 tunnel instead of actually focusing on the real goddamn issues.